Hello. As we head into the 4th of July weekend, I want to wish you and your families a safe celebration of our nation's 245th birthday. A few months ago, it was hard to imagine that we would be able to celebrate the 4th this year in ways that we've always been used to. Unfortunately, the improvements in our conditions did not happen fast enough for us to have been able to order the fireworks programs that we are accustomed to. So that will also have to wait as an extra treat for next year. We have come a long way, and we should collectively pat ourselves on the back for the results we have achieved together. Over 67% of all county residents are fully vaccinated, and 88% of you have received at least one shot. Nearly 80% of our residents who are 12 years or older are vaccinated, which makes us number one in the nation for populations with more than 300,000 residents. 98% of our residents over 65 have been vaccinated, as well as 88% of the residents 18 and older. And our Latino population has reached and exceeded vaccination rates of our white population. I want to congratulate our Por Nuestra Salud y Bienestar outreach effort for receiving an Outstanding Public Service Announcement Campaign Award at the 63rd Regional Emmy Awards ceremony. This work and the progress we are making in the Black community are making a difference. There is more we can do, and we will. And we are working diligently to increase the number of people vaccinated in all of our communities. This is not over until we've vaccinated everyone we possibly can. And I really want to thank all of you for taking this health crisis seriously and acting to protect both yourself and others. The numbers are a testament to your contribution to making us as safe as we are. Since my first year as county executive, I've been focused on rethinking how we do policing in the county. One of my first actions was to hold a public forum to hear from the community about how they were experiencing policing. One result was directing the police department to collect a broader, more detailed set of data, and we added money to our budget to allow us to bring in an outside consultant to work on a full evaluation of this work. And we did this before George Floyd because our own issues demonstrated the need to do this work. At that time, we launched this initiative. The county and nation were beginning to amplify our focus on incidents involving police use of force, racial and social injustices, as well as the structure and funding of police. Our goal is to build a police department that the community has confidence in and that protects and serves everyone equitably, no matter where they live. One aspect of our Reimagining Public Safety initiative that I felt was essential to us making real change in the department was to have an independent audit conducted of the police department. I wanted a comprehensive evaluation that included a review of policies, procedures, and practices to identify, evaluate, and recommend structural and systemic changes necessary to achieve reform and innovation within the department. We partnered with Effective Law Enforcement for All, a well-known and experienced organization, to assist us in this important evaluation. After months of evaluation, this week we released the preliminary observations and recommendations of the audit report, and work will continue on that over the next couple of months. The audit evaluated the police department's leadership, education, accountability, and practices. The preliminary findings of the audit make recommendations to help us make changes to the organizational structure of the Montgomery County Police Department, its internal affairs system, including approaches to handling uses of force, mental health response, recruitment and hiring, and assessment of the training academy. This report is thoughtful and forward-thinking and brings a deeper look into the how and why of the department policies and highlights areas where we need to improve. Rather than reacting to individual incidents, this report identifies the underlying training and policies that do not serve us well. The next step in the process is to finalize the report and share its findings and recommendations with the community. Next week, I'm hosting a community forum, and I, along with Chief Jones and others, will listen to residents' feedback. To get more information on the preliminary audit recommendation and the community forum on the county website, I encourage you to participate in that forum. Montgomery County has a good police department, and any good organization should look at itself and determine what changes need to be made to meet the current and future challenges it faces. That is what this audit is about, the future. Reimagining is not going to be a buzzword. It's an essential to building a department of the future. Today is an important step in that direction for Montgomery County. This week, the minimum wage in Montgomery County increased to $15, an increase that will be a tremendous help to workers and their families. Over the last year, we have seen how important frontline workers are in our daily lives. The increase in the minimum wage recognizes the importance of their work and skill, but more importantly, the need to pay people a living wage. When I co-sponsored legislation 4 years ago to increase the minimum wage in the county, my goal was to fight for people who work hard every day to provide for their families in one of the most expensive counties in the region, as well as the country. I worked with other jurisdictions in the region, and they too sponsored legislation to raise the minimum wage. Now we see the minimum wage going up all around the region, and that is good for Montgomery County and the region as a whole. I am proud that Montgomery County has been at the forefront of fighting for increases to the minimum wage. This week's change to $15 for employees with 51 or more employees, $14 for employers with 50 or fewer employees, and $13.50 for small employers with 10 or fewer employees is a milestone we should all celebrate. But we can't stop here. I will continue to work with our council, state, and congressional elected officials, our union community, and others to reignite our efforts on behalf of our workforce. The pandemic has taught us how essential these employees are and that a good living wage is something everyone deserves. An honest day's work should beget an honest day's pay, enabling an individual or family to support themselves, have access to decent housing and health care, and to be free of worrying about whether or not they'll have a roof over their heads next month. Finally, I just want to say it again. We have 88% of our eligible population with at least one shot. That is an incredibly high percentage of our residents vaccinated. In fact, there are very few jurisdictions in the country that can tout a percentage this high. We are here to thank you for your efforts to get vaccinated and keeping yourselves, your families, and our county safe. We would not be at this point without your help. We have not accomplished our mission yet, but we are getting very, very close. Thank you for tuning in again this week. Enjoy your holiday weekend. I look forward to talking with you again next week.